Um, let's see who else we got here. M7 says, what's your favorite movie of all time? My favorite movie, you should be able to tell because it's one of the 8 on my wall back here. So my favorite movie is the one over that shoulder. Usual Suspects is my 100% favorite movie. I don't know if anybody who hasn't seen the movie, if you have not seen Usual Suspects yet, I just really, I can't more strongly recommend, especially if you haven't seen it, especially if you don't know anything about it. And I am a total non-spoiler guy. I do not give spoilers at all. The movie could be 45 years old. I'm going to ask you, did you see it before I start talking about it? That's just the way I do. I just say, if you have not seen The Usual Suspects and you don't know anything about it, I cannot more strongly recommend to watch a movie. It is fantastic. My number 2 movie is up there too. Wait, is it? Yeah, there's No Country for Old Men. No Country
That's
for
a good
Old.
movie. That's a great movie.
That movie.
No Country's a great movie.
Oh my God.
Phenomenal movie.
Anton Chigurh is one of the nastiest characters. And I don't mean nasty like wipe a booger on you nasty. I mean, I'm talking about like, if you want to know what it's like looking into the eyes of a psychopath or something, like it's a different situation going on there. I love movies. So I'm like a huge, I don't watch them nearly as much as I used to, but I'm a big movie guy, and I'm like, I don't just watch it like most people watch it. Like, I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at cinematography. I'm looking at editing. I'm looking at screenplay. I'm looking at the way people deliver lines, all that kind of stuff. And yes, so those 2 movies are fantastic. What is your favorite movie?
My number 1 favorite, it is hard. Like you, I'm a big movie guy. It definitely relates heavily to the industry that I work in. I learned how to do comics from watching movies largely, and animation and stuff. So it's very hard to pick a number 1. But if I had to pick a number 1 out of my favorites, combining, it's a great movie, great script, great acting, and I watch it a lot, it would be Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction is fantastic.
I love Pulp Fiction to death. The more I watch it, the more I like it. There's a lot of movies that are like that I could throw out there, but the number 1 is probably Pulp Fiction, and probably the thing that, when I go to create something, has a lot of the elements that I like put together.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction is fantastic. Definitely a great movie. I actually, weird thing about Pulp Fiction is I saw Pulp Fiction way late.
Oh yeah,
like I think I saw Pulp Fiction. It had been out like 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Like, so, and all I knew about it was that everybody said it was really dope, and so that was all. That's all I knew. I didn't know anything else, and I watched it and I had like no idea what was going on. I didn't know anything about any of that, but I watched it. I was like, yeah, this is pretty dope. It kind of got me into watching everything Tarantino. I'm not as much of a Tarantino fan as I used to be, but
I think Inglourious Basterds is like,
yeah, that's really funny actually.
Love that movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I don't know why the comedic parts stick out more than anything from that movie. Like, there's some lines in Inglourious Basterds that is hilarious.
Yeah,
but I like I said, I'm not a spoiler. I don't even say lines.
Right.
I'm telling you, this is coming from a person who had never seen the Sixth. We'll see. I'm about to give a spoiler.
Right.
Okay. Sixth Sense. If you ain't seen the Sixth Sense, I'm sorry. Okay, but I got to.
But don't spoil it.
I got to tell this story. I got to. Dude, my grandmother. I hadn't seen Sixth Sense, right? So she said, "Have you seen the Sixth?" Okay, let me just say, if you have not seen the Sixth Sense, in the chat, say, "I have not seen the Sixth Sense." If you have not seen the Sixth Sense. Okay, great. My grandmother asked me, had I seen the Sixth Sense? And I'm like, no. And she said, whew, you ain't gonna believe it. All that time, Bruce Willis was dead.
Oh no! Somebody did that to my mother with The Departed too.
I said, thanks, Grandma.
That's terrible.
Appreciate it, Grandma. And I said, Grandma, what? She said, well, what?
You know what? That's the worst thing. People who spoil and act like they don't know what they did. That I have a friend who does that. I'm gonna call him out. I'm gonna call you. He might be watching this show right now. Well, he gonna watch the replay. Isaac, you know what you do. You know what you do. I love you, but you know what you do.
You know what you do.
And now the world knows too.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, my grandma was like 78 when she did it, so I give her.
She knew.
She knew.
She knew what she was doing.
Like 78, she knew. She probably didn't know. But I'm like, now she look at me like, what? What are you talking about? Yeah, but yes. So there we go.